is Energy, playing white. He's rated 1634. He starts off with c4. Let's go c5 here. When am I next live? I'll be streaming again on Wednesday at 2 o'clock Eastern Time. I should be able to play you today, though, if that's what you wanted to do. I just have to get the rating a little bit higher here. Okay, so he plays knight f3. We're going to go with e6. If he plays d4, it kind of turns into a Sicilian defense a little bit, which is perfectly fine. Have I lost a game in a series? Yeah, I've lost... Well, no, I guess I've lost 3 games so far out of... I don't even know the total number I've played. I lost the first 2 on time, despite having better positions. I think the first one I definitely had mate in 2, and I lost on time while I was talking to you guys in the chat. The second one, I lost on time, but I kind of messed up a tactic, so I was maybe a little worse. The third one, I actually just lost the first game today. I was better, and then things just kind of went awry. I'm not sure. I guess I play a little bit too confidently, might have been the problem. Alright, so we're just kind of developing normally like a Sicilian defense type position. Bishop d7, rook c8, something like that. And he's also developing perfectly fine, too. Alright, he plays b3. We're still going to go bishop d7. Now, I think we're actually going to exchange and play bishop c6. Exchange off a pair of bishops. I'm behind on space, so that's typically the idea. Now we just play rook c8. He might play rook c1, going for like a knight to d5 sacrifice. And I'm just going to drop the queen back to keep the queen safe. Now knight d5, I can just pick the piece up for free. Now we play bishop e7. Get castled, play rook d8. b5 is going to come pretty soon, too. That's the idea. So we'll see what white's going to do from here. White should play maybe like, I don't know, b4, b5. Play on the queen side where white has a little bit of extra space. Or even f4, e5 is a possible idea. f4, e5 a little risky, though, since the queen and the king are lined up on the same diagonal. So has to watch out for like bishop c5 ideas. Okay, bishop a3 makes sense. Just gotta defend the pawn there. Get castled next move. And see what white does. Okay, queen b6, not bad. Just trying to stop the b5 advance. I think we're just gonna... Well, no. If I castle, they play e5, and then this d-pawn is pinned. So I can't do that just yet. I think we're going knight d7 here. The queen might go back to d4. Or e3, okay. Now we're playing b5, I believe is okay at this point. I think we might just castle first, though. No? If I castle, they play knight to d5. It's a little weird. I think b5 is okay here, though. Yeah, we're gonna go b5. Threatening b4. The pawn trade on b5 is okay, too. Take back. b4 next move, maybe. Okay, bishop b4 slows that down. That's fine. So now we're gonna go back to c8. keep this bishop defended. Then we'll play castles pretty soon. I just want to keep the bishop defended first. Hey, Foxy Roxy. Okay, I don't think this works out here. If I take, pawn takes back, retreat the bishop, rook e1, knight e5 though, and I think everything's held together pretty well, so I don't think this is working. I can also just castle and probably be safe. We're going to play bishop b7. If rook e1, I'll play knight e5. And I think everything is, I don't think it's working out for, yeah. I don't think it's working out for white in this position. Rook e1, we're going to play knight to e5. Block off the file. If they play f4, I'll play knight g6 and keep the bishop defended. That's the idea, I believe. I could have also, rook takes c1 would have been much better, actually. Rook takes and then something different. We'll trade rooks next move. Unless they move away. And then we'll just get castled. Yeah, so we're still trading. Maybe not just yet. h5 is a little bit of a threat for sure. I might just play h5 myself to slow this down. h5 myself. Rook takes, rook takes. Alright, we're going to trade first and then play h5. Hey, Foxy Roxy, thanks a lot for the follow. Thanks a lot. And Gardabro, thanks a lot for the follow too. Really appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying the stream. So the rook's going to take back. I'm going to play h5 to slow that stuff down. I could have also just gotten castled. That might have been perfectly fine too. I can always play king f8 as well, just to get my king safe. If bishop to e4, I think I'm going to play king f8. I think so. Alright, queen b6. Yeah, we're just castling here for sure. Bishop d8 might come at some point as well. Just to kick the queen out. Yeah, so bishop d8, I believe. And I think we're just picking up at least at the exchange here. Alright, so bishop takes here, threatening the queen. And we went on time, but we're up a lot of material here. I think we're up a full rook at the end of the day. Alright, so let's analyze this one. Alright, flip the board. There we go. So the opening's actually played fine by both sides. Just a kind of Sicilian defense type position. Bishop a3 is a good move. I played rook d8. Queen b6 is not bad either. White should probably just go back to queen d4, continuing to threaten this and this. Honestly, it's probably best for me to just go back to f6, I think. If I go knight e5, he plays f4, and then picks up the pawn on g7, potentially. If he got back to d4, I probably would have at least repeated once, but I think this is white's best route here. Queen e3, there's no real threats here in the position. So I could have easily just castled. That would have also been perfectly fine, I believe. But I decided to play b5, take, bishop to b4 to prevent the advance. Rook c8 to guard the bishop. If I castle immediately, the knight to d5 still works out because of the double threat. I would take e5, and my bishop's not good. He has two bishops. Not the best position in the world for me. Can you friend with me too? Guest 22? Yeah, I can add you as a friend. Just in order to become my friend, click on chess.com, click on the chess.com logo below the stream. That'll automatically add you as a friend to my main account. If you want to become a friend with this account, you'll have to manually add me as a friend. And I'll accept all the friend requests after the stream's over, not during it. He missed with the white bishop with the queen, no? Missed the white bishop with the queen. Not sure which move you're referring to, doggy style. Hey, NJ. So we played knight d5. I think we just end up trading, which is fine. Rook e1. This blocks off the checkmate threat. f4. We retreat, keeping the bishop defended. h5, or h4, planning to kick the knight away. We trade rooks, and then play h5 ourselves. Queen b6, castles, rook c7, bishop here. White could have taken this, but I just still take here, and I'm up, full rook. Or if he takes this way, that's even worse, because I get the check, and I'm up a full... lots of material there. At this point, it's pretty much lost for white. He's just down a piece for nothing. I guess he could pick up the pawn if he wants, but that's not going to change too much. I would just play rook c8, trade off pieces, and, try to win the endgame from that point. The game before... Okay, I might have to look at the earlier game later. Anyway, so white's knight to d5 sacrifice is a good idea, but it doesn't end up working out in this specific situation, in my opinion, because we can stop all the checkmate threats with knight e5 to g6. Maybe he could have tried it here, though. This might have been better. Knight to d5 before bishop to b4. If he had played knight to d5 here, if I take, he takes here. This is actually not so good for black. However, I would have just taken e5, and I would have just had to kind of deal with this position. Even though maybe it's a little bit better for white on the surface, but should be fine for me to get castled, and I'm safe there. Okay, so we'll start up another game here. That takes our rating.